Hey, it's Connie from Prosperity Finance. I hope you're doing well. Now, today I was really lucky to have my friends, Yuan from Turner Hopkins, to share with us a very common used legal expression, but I bet you don't really know it well. So firstly, let's welcome our old friends, Joy. Hello, Joy.
Hello, hi, Xiaoyu, hi, Connie.
Hi, how are you, Joy? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hey Jay, so today I was just wondering if you can help us to explain one common use legal expression. It's called priority amount. Now, some banks, when they send an offer letter to us, they always have a kind of a section called security. And under that security section, it has kind of a description about something called priority amount. And a lot of people confuse and ask us, and we're just in a dilemma because we are not the expert, but we also have responsibility to make it clear. So yeah, I just wonder you can help us. And before that, let's quickly just have a quick look what that looks like in the letter offer. Now in here, so obviously I've blacked out the client name and the property address, but it just to show the description that something, look like the priority amount, how it looked like in the loan offer. So Jerry, can you please help us explain what that priority amount is?
Yeah, sure. So we will see that offer in the loan instruction, the loan offer, as well as when the lawyer is preparing of the transfer title paperwork, the mortgage will specify a priority amount. So the priority amount is what we see that bank will always specify that amount of the mortgage, and which is referred as priority amount. This amount often exceeding of the actual loan the client is taking and borrowing from the bank. And by accepting that priority amount, it does not necessarily mean that this is how much you owe to the bank. This amount is normally about 1.5 times of the value of your house. And it's just to protect bank, make sure that in all situations, if the bank can exercise their right to recover the loan from the clients, and then they are the first ranking, they protect their interest and can fully recover all the money that you owe the bank. And for any other second mortgage, another bank that you will grant you second mortgage, they will be ranking after the first mortgagee, after the first bank, and will have a priority amount after the first mortgagee's first bank's priority amount. So this is just really a way for the banks to protect themselves and ensure that in the real event, if they need to conduct a mortgage sale, recover the money, they can be fully recovered of the money that the clients owe them. Yeah. And also that what I often say, I will show you one of the A&I form that normally people will see before they sign the loan docs. I'll show you an A&I form that purchaser or vendor will sign in front of their lawyers. So as a purchaser, that before the settlement takes place, you will go to your lawyer and sign an A&I form to enable the transfer and the registration of mortgage. On that form, the priority amount again will be specified. And the middle section, you will see a price amount. So in this instance, Mr. Yuan is borrowing the money from the Westpac Bank, New Zealand. The priority amount is 700,000. This is more than what the loan they're taking from the bank. And this is 1.5 times the value of the house. And this is to ensure in the event Westpac Bank need to mortgage sell the house, Westpac Bank can recover the $500,000 loan plus interest they lend to Mr. Yuan, and any other creditors will rank after that 700,000. So this is just to show how the bank makes sure they're fully recovered from the borrowers by having this priority amount registered as part of the mortgage. This shouldn't affect on the clients. You don't need to worry too much about it. By having a pretty decent priority amount ensures that if there's any increase of your loan, then you don't need to often go to your lawyer to update that priority amount. And that's why sometimes the bank allow a bigger priority amount in some of the situations. and you don't need to worry that because what you owe to the bank is always pursuant to the term loan agreement that you signed in front of your lawyer. So if the loan document says you owe them $500,000 plus interest, this is how much you owe them. Yeah.
Wow, excellent. So yeah, so that means, Joy, there's nothing, you know, you don't really have to worry about that. It's just for bank protection and for conveniences for the future in case, you know, you need to top up, etc. It's nothing to do with how much you owe to the bank, right?
That's correct. Right. In most of the cases, especially residential loan, the client's taking, don't have to worry about it because often you will see that you can only get one mortgage from one bank.
Yes.
They weren't allowed or consent to two mortgages over the same property, right? But for commercial loan, it's a different story. You want to make sure that, sometimes the amount is accurate or limited. So you will be able to entitled to borrow more money from another bank. But in a residential mortgage and residential loan, I would say it's pretty common, and the bank just follow and use similar sort of formula to have that amount specified.
So normally it's 1.5 of the property value.
About that, yes.
Oh, excellent. I learn everything. I learn every day. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's the best explanation. So next time I can just share that video with the clients. So
yeah,
excellent. Yeah. So Joy is a very very experienced solicitor, and she actually have very extensive knowledge and experience in the commercial world. That's why she was mentioning about commercial. So if you have any question about legal matters, feel free to contact Joy, and I'm sure you will get great help. Thank you so much, Joy, again, and I hope to have you back more later this year. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Connie.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.